I rolled the dice many times, always using, always losing. Retribution, execution, a fool from Jersey, beg for mercy, but don't ask me to fight. Yeah. You know what? Like, things were clicking for Wank. This was probably like the new album was done. Get a Grip on Yourself was out. We had a killer press from Robert Kinsler, and now we got an offer from one gentleman, a guy named Jeff. Uh, a guy named Jeff wanted to manage us, right? And he worked for a major management company who had worked with some cool artists like Oingo Boingo, some people back in the day. And he was a really nice guy. And he gave us kind of a standard, he said that contract standard. He didn't really know us that well, but he liked what he heard. And I think he had really good intentions but I just got out of business school, man. So like, if you tell me that contract is standard, I don't want it. I want something a little bit above standard, So I was really hard to work with as far as trying to get me to sign anything, right? But I was looking out for the band. I was looking out for myself. I was protecting our little asset, this little 4-letter word Wank. We didn't sign the contract with Jeff to be a manager, but we thought we're going to add value. We're going to go out on the road and take our show like up to San Francisco and back. So we did like Long Beach, LA, Bakersfield, Fresno, San Francisco, work our way back home, right? Do like a week run and try to make the most of it. And so we did it, our little tour. And really cool thing was Billy and I went up to Fresno a day early after we did our LA show. So we went up there a day early. And he had a relationship with Rev, who was the DJ at New Rock 104. So we went in like, must have been lunchtime, and gave him our CD, told him about, hey, we just made this thing. And he listened to like just a little bit of each song, and then he was like, you know what? I'm going to put this one song on my show tonight on Heaven and Hell. Like, the guys call in and they say, it's like, it sucks, it's going to hell, or it's good, it's going to go to heaven. And he put us up against 311. And I think 311, I think it was Amber. Amber is Your Energy or something like that. Like, I was like, holy shit, we're like competing with like 311 on his show. We're going to get smoked. But that exposure still was exciting, right? And plus he's saying our name on FM radio. I mean, this is major radio in Fresno. So thank you to the Rev for giving us that exposure. You truly are the first person to ever play us on the radio. So thank you for that. And he said we got good comments back, so we were excited. But anyway, toured up to San Francisco, all the way back, right? These shows are going good. We're playing night after night, so we're getting really tight on our set. We come back through LA. We were playing like Koreatown with some of our friends who were like in this glam rock band. It was fun. And then we went over and played Jack's Sugar Shack, which was a cool venue, right? So we played Jack's Sugar Shack. We're doing the set. This is one of our last shows of the tour or whatever, mini tour. And we're packing up the car, right? And Billy goes, hey man, this one guy just bought 10 CDs. And I'm like, that is really weird, because that's a lot of CDs for one guy. And it ends up being a dude named Lauren Israel, who was like a, former A&R guy at Capitol Records. And he bought 10 CDs. So it was really smart, he was a smart guy. Still is, but he was a really smart guy buying those. it made us like, it got my attention. I was like, oh, okay, this dude's like, serious. He wants to hang out. And so we met up with him later on. I don't know if it was a few days later or whatever it was, and talked about music and stuff. And he was a really good mentor, like really smart guy. Like I think he helped Jimmy Eat World. He's helped a few. I think he signed them and signed a few other bands. But with me, he kind of just challenged me as a songwriter. He's like, dude, you're the songwriter, right? So you should be writing. How many songs a week do you write? And I don't know. He goes, well, you should be writing 2 songs a week, and I want to hear them. So like he was like that fucking Mr. Miyagi guy, for like a couple months. It was kind of like, dude, this guy's like expects me to write songs. I better have something. And so he was a real driver, And then for us, he was like, hey, these guys, the Hippos, they're doing this ska thing on Drive Through Records, some sort of comp. Maybe you guys can, offer a song into that. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'll talk to those guys, So he was like a networker. He knew people everywhere. And he brought a lot of value, when we were hanging out with him. He was just a smart guy. Never wanted to be our manager, which kind of pissed me off because that's what we needed. And I felt like he was being a manager, but he would not provide like a manager contract. He did put forth like a contract, but as a consultant. And, we'd still have to hire a manager. And the consultant fee was more than what, I guess managers, more than the standard manager fee. So I had kind of an issue with that. But man, the dude was like really slick and smart, and still is, and he's still out here giving advice, and every bit of advice he gives is real, and it can really help people. So thank you, Lauren. We all appreciate you, and putting us in a good position. I mean, we ended up getting onto Zeke's Backyard, which was like a K-rock. Zeke was one of the DJs there, kind of a not lower, but like not the main guy. But he had Zeke's Backyard, which was like a really cool, like, I think it was at the Opium Den we played or something like, I don't know if it's Opium Den or where the club was. But we got to play at the thing like one night, and he played it on his little show at night. And so anyway, it was incredible, the contacts that Lauren had, and how much he helped us. So we really appreciated that. Wank was just fucking clicking, right? We had a lot of shit going on. And so this was like summer of 97, right? And we're playing Wank Wednesdays at the Doll Hut. We said we're going to do 4 Wednesdays at the Doll Hut. And one of the Wednesdays we're playing with D-Generation from New York. And who's a great band, right? Obviously, like if you know D-Gen, we're likely to get our asses kicked playing the show. But they were a really good rock band, and we were rockers, So whatever, we would play with anybody. But at the show, Mike Ness shows up. So he's a big D-Gen fan. So anyway, more to follow on that, but that comes later. All right, see ya.